Many of us look at celebrities and we think to ourselves, must be nice. She has a personal chef, the best fitness trainer ever. She has great genetics. And of course we think this because many of us are dieting, we're working out, doing what we need to do, but we're either not getting results or we're getting results, but it's not sustainable. And deep down we know that. And the thing is, being in that cycle of like, oh, here's another diet, maybe this one's gonna be the one, maybe this is gonna be the workout that works for me. It's a certain kind of hell. You end up putting your life on hold. At least that's what it was for me for probably 15 years, where it was like, until I can be okay with my body, until I can figure this out, I can't let my hair down. I can't really enjoy myself. If I can help others get out of that, get what they want, get results, and it doesn't have to be so painful, then you know what? Those 15 years were well worth it. My name's Rachel. I love making content about the things I'm really interested in and passionate about, and more, it's about how we can use tools that we all have available to us to really get what we want. And given that for a long time what I wanted was a good body, that's really where some of my focus has been. In this video, we're going to cover why most people are stuck and why they're not getting results despite trying so hard, why you don't need good genetics, a chef, whatever, to get what you want. And then finally, what you can do to get results beyond belief. I'm a big fan of like having action items, a plan out of anything. So that's usually what we do at the end of each video. So why are most people working so hard but they're not getting results? I mean, we may identify as that person, or we may know someone, they're working out, they're dieting, but they're not changing. Why is that? Well, when we really learn about the power of the subconscious mind, which runs 95% of mental and physical activities, 95%, that's your breathing, that's your metabolism, every function that you don't even think about, that you don't even know about, is run by your subconscious mind. When we put that into perspective, it's no wonder that the diet and exercise is just a small component of something much bigger. And to really make sense of just how powerful it is, there's many studies, but one of them is called Mind Over Milkshake. And in this study, participants were given 2 milkshakes. The milkshakes were exactly the same. Let's say those milkshakes are 1,000 calories. The only difference between those milkshakes was what they were told when they were given it. So with one milkshake, they were told, this is a really high protein, low calorie shake. Drink up. And while they were drinking, while they were digesting this, their vitals were monitored. Their heart rate, their blood sugar, all the things to measure how they reacted, given that prompt. And then another time they were given this same exact milkshake, same nutrition facts, same calories, same everything. And they were told, this is a highly indulgent milkshake, lots of calories, it's a delicious treat, enjoy. Monitor them. Well, interestingly enough, their body responded to the time they were drinking a high protein shake as if it was a low calorie shake. The way their blood sugar responded, everything else responded as if it were low calorie. And then the highly indulgent shake, they also responded accordingly as if they were drinking a highly caloric sugar shake. It's just incredible that all that was changed was what they were told. So if we take that and apply it to our life, and we tell ourselves things like, I have a slow metabolism, I don't have good genetics, I've always just carried an extra 20 pounds. I will get a cupcake and add 10 pounds to my thighs. Does that have an impact? Well, according to that study, surely on some level it does. Suggestions are so powerful. When we look at ourselves in the mirror and we focus on what we don't want, or we're thinking these thoughts about ourselves, what are the impacts of that? And that is why I'm so passionate about identifying the things we can do to make it easier on ourselves to get the results we want by leveraging the power of the mind. So to continue to spell this out, I want to share with you a really helpful concept. The concept of personal will versus divine will. Personal will, you can think of the action you take. Divine will is the action that you have nothing to do with. So we can think of the subconscious mind, honestly, as like divine will. It just handles things for us we don't need to think about. And then personal will are the things we do. One analogy to break down this concept of personal will versus divine will is planting a seed. If you're going to plant a flower, let's say starting in the form of a seed, you're probably first going to look up on Google what you need to do, what the water requirements are, what nutrients you want to give it. You're going to follow the steps to plant that seed. You're going to water it, do what you got to do, But at some point, you know Mother Nature is going to get involved, and you really don't have to worry about it. You're not going to check the seed to make sure it's growing. You're just going to let divine will take hold. So personal will, the action you take, but then also suspending and trusting that there's other factors that are going to take care of things for you. And I think about personal experiences where when I'm really concerned about something, like if I'm going to get a package and I'm like really tracking it, it's an expensive thing and I want to make sure it gets there on time, somehow something goes awry. And it's because I am trying to control that situation. I don't trust that it's going to be okay. But when we don't care about something, when we're good either way, when we're like not in a rush, we get all the green lights. You know, there's something to this personal will and divine will, divine and trusting that things are going to work out. So applying that to getting results in the gym, when we're so concerned about it and trying to take as much control as possible, we end up mistrusting and not allowing for divine will to take hold. So that's just a concept to have in your mind and think about in your life. What are the things that you trust in being taken care of that inevitably are, and those that you're hyper vigilant of that really don't work out? It's something that really you could apply to anything, but especially when it comes to getting an ideal physique. And that gets into this kind of action plan of what you can do to really get results incredibly easily. What can you do to balance out this personal will and divine will? Because that's what it really comes down to. It's this balance. So on the topic of personal will, what are you going to do to help yourself get the physique you want? One of the best things I've ever done that's been so seamless for me in doing this is the 75 medium challenge. I did a video on this, I'll link it below, but that 75 medium challenge is basically you have a daily list of tasks you do every day, like drinking a gallon of water, getting 45 minutes of activity in, reading 10 pages of a nonfiction book, no alcohol. You do those things every single day for 75 days. And what's so powerful about this is because you have these things you have to do, and because it's going to take place over a long period of time, you're just like, we'll see what happens. I just want to finish this out. I just want to get through this challenge. We'll see. And at least for me, I stopped looking at, is this working or not? Because I was like, we'll see at the end of the 75 days. I ended up getting leaner than I have ever been. And it was easy. Not drinking alcohol was not easy. And also there were times where I was like, gosh, I do not feel like working out. I don't feel like doing anything. That was kind of challenging, but like in the big scheme of things, it was nothing. And then now I've been drinking wine. I have had a series of days where I haven't had anything. And the compound effect is real. It is real. Like, don't let this blouse fool you. I've gained some lbs and I'm not worried about it, because I know exactly what I can do. And it's just as easy to do the good things as it is as easy to just fall off the wagon. Again, I have a link to that video. The 45-minute activities I was doing, Hamelin D'abell Model Workout 1, holy grail workout for me. There's a whole Hamelin community. If you haven't heard about this workout, I will link what you need to know. It's the best. I just love it so much. I have some old videos on it, but I would do that. I would walk for 45 minutes. I would bounce on my rebounder while like playing YouTube videos. The whole thing was, it like ended up being a joke, because I was like, my workouts were not crazy hard. I was just staying consistent hydration, consistent abstinence from alcohol, consistently like doing what I set out to do. And the compound effect was just dramatic. And that was just a big epiphany for me. And I know that this has worked for other people because people have had similar experiences. My friend that I went through this with, she also could not believe it. She also is back to drinking, and we just joke how easy it was in a way, but then how it's just as easy to fall off. But because I know how easy it is, it's like I'm not stressed about it. Old me would have been like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take me so long. It's not a big deal. It's not. I trust. So we have that 75 medium challenge. And then when it comes to the divine will, how can you access that? One of the greatest techniques I've come across is this visualization technique where you basically relax your entire body and then you visualize your body exactly how you want it. That can take some practice, because some of us can't even imagine ourselves looking how we want to look because our belief systems are so rigid in what we don't want. But you imagine what you want your body to look like, and in those moments, you feel what it would feel like. What does it feel like having my dream body right now? I have it right now. And it's just for a few minutes, maybe a few seconds even, you just convince yourself in this moment you have it. And when in that relaxed state and visualizing that and feeling it, you're communicating with your subconscious mind, you're communicating with all the cells in your body, you're giving direct orders. It is so powerful. I have a recent video on that too. I will link it below. But that is more the divine will of this. You're just like, here's my orders, here's the direction, letting go. Letting go is really important, but it takes practice. It's like, how can you suddenly stop caring about something that you've cared about for so long? If you know that you're doing the things, you know that you're practicing your personal will and that you can trust in divine will, you're much more equipped to arrive where you want to be. So to kind of wrap that all up in an action plan, check out that video of the 75 medium challenge. It is incredible. I would say reach out to a friend that you would trust that would want to do this challenge and could be your accountability partner. Maybe forward along this video, see if they want to check it out and do it with you. Check out my recent visualization video and try that out. Just do it 4 times a week, at least for a month, and see what happens. Again, that video will really spell it out for you, but there you got the personal will and divine will. And if you're curious about additional resources and tools that you can leverage, I am offering a program which is going to begin January 1st. It will be a small community of women. This is a program I piloted recently, and I'm just so thrilled and so excited because I feel like this is like what I'm meant to be doing. I think those years of suffering is not in vain, especially if it means I can help people get out of that and get what they want. Get what they want. So to wrap this all up in a bow, next time you look at a celebrity and your default is, oh my gosh, must be nice, know that that's a possibility for you. Know that if you at least allow yourself to just explore the possibility, try out an action plan, and just let go a little bit. I would just love to see where that takes you because it has changed my life. So all that said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. If you did like this video, if you like it, it really does help. And if you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit notifications. That way you'll be made aware of when I post a new video. So with that, thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time.